Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Compulsive podcast. It's more of an introduction than an episode, but however you label it, hopefully with your support, it'll be the first of many. My name is Andy and I'm a compulsive gambler. Gambling has almost destroyed my life. I say almost because I'm still here. I'm still fighting. At times it felt like it'd be easy to just give up. I'm sure there's a huge number of you out there feeling the same way right now or have felt the same way in the past. The guilt, shame, anxiety, and stress of being in active addiction. I've felt them all. And I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling them as I speak to you right now. I contemplated waiting 6 or 12 months before starting this project, when I had some more time up. However, I realised I'm not starting this claiming to be an expert and the go-to guy for recovering gamblers or addicts. I'm starting this today as I know there's so many of you out there struggling right now, not knowing where to turn. And I know there's so many of you with friends and family struggling now and you don't know how to help them. So why wait? I've never done anything like this before, so it's going to be a little clunky at first. But if I can help just one person, then it'll be worth it. You tuning in and engaging with me will help me in my journey and the journey of everyone in the community I want to build. Some of you out there might not be as fortunate as I am and have lost the support from loved ones. There will be someone out there worth fighting for, however, starting with yourself. Hopefully you'll even find somebody in this community, and I'm confident you will. I have a wife that is somehow still supporting me and 2 young children who need me. Thankfully, they don't yet know the impact compulsive gambling has had on their dad, their mum, our wider family, and friendship groups. They will soon be old enough to understand though, so now is the time for change. So why am I starting this channel? First and foremost, I want to start an online community where compulsive gamblers like myself can come and listen to the stories of others, sharing their stories and building strength through the content I create. Not just compulsive gamblers, by the way, anyone struggling with addiction, whether it's gambling, alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever. In my experience, and to quote the great Dr. Gabor Mate, addiction comes from not knowing how to deal with a problem. The substance, no matter what it is, came along to help you solve that problem. I know there's plenty of you out there who might not be comfortable attending a Gamblers Anonymous meeting, an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, etc. There might not be one available to you in the town that you live in. Even though there's Zoom meetings available to attend online all over the world, you might not be tech savvy or prefer face-to-face interaction. You might have had a bad experience. You didn't like the format. You didn't like someone in the meeting. Whatever the case may be, I've ticked all these boxes along my journey. I'm a big advocate for finding a fellowship and attend a local GA meeting weekly. However, this channel may be a substitute for you, or even better, an extra layer of support on top of attending meetings. The same goes for counselling services, psychologists, psychiatrists. There might not be anything available to you, or financially, depending on which part of the world you live in, may not be affordable. Again, hopefully this channel can work for you. Even though I'm not professionally trained in any of the aforementioned fields, I am professionally trained in compulsive gambling and addiction, that's for sure. In an age where there's a podcast about other podcasts and YouTube channels about other YouTube channels, there's little to no content dedicated to compulsive gambling. It's time people out there that are struggling had an available resource they can tap into whenever they need it and wherever they are. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't going to be purely an anti-gambling channel. It's certainly not going to promote gambling, but it's here to help those who haven't been able to control their gambling or substance misuse and have fallen into addiction. In my case, I wish I could gamble like a normal person. I know plenty of people who can, and that's great. All power to them. I'd never tell them to stop gambling, but would always be here to help if they thought it was no longer fun and getting out of control. So what are you going to find on this channel? As I've said already, a community of like-minded individuals sharing their experience and strength to help other compulsive gamblers and addicts. I'll be breaking down news from across the world regarding gambling that I believe will either help or hinder problem gamblers and addicts. With the explosion of online gambling in America since becoming legal at a federal level in 2018, there's going to be plenty of news. Not to mention the boom of online casinos being promoted and played live by high-profile streamers like Aiden Ross, Steve Will Do It and co. Then there's crypto gambling and crypto trading in general. And that's not mentioning just your regular, more mainstream betting on sports, racing, poker machines and casinos, both online and in venues. Here in Australia, according to data from 2017, Australians have the highest rate of gambling losses per adult in the world. Online gambling has been legal here since the mid-1990s, with Centrebet, the first Australian-based operator to offer online sports betting all the way back in 1996. In my opinion, with the explosion of online gambling since being legalised in the UK in 2005 and most recently in the US in only 2018, these continents and countries will quickly catch up to us Aussies, unfortunately. Not to mention other countries across the world. We've had 10, 20 plus years on you guys. I plan on doing weekly interviews with other compulsive gamblers, average Joes, just like you and I, experts in the field of addiction, sports stars, celebrities, influencers, anyone with a story of compulsive gambling or addiction to share. I'm going to explore the idea of a live stream similar to a Gamblers Anonymous meeting and even look into providing a safe, non-gambling advertisement space to talk sports. Despite the damage gambling has done to me, I still love sport. I still love horse racing. And I'm sure there's plenty of you out there in the same boat. We just need to detach the gambling aspect from the sport and enjoy it for the spectacle that it is. We can still be entertained without gambling on the outcome, despite what the never-ending advertisements tell us. For those of you who have made it through this far, thank you. Episode 2 will be out next week, where I want to share my story with compulsive gambling and addiction. It's not going to be comfortable, but I sure do have a story to tell. Hopefully parts of my journey will help in yours. The mistakes I've made, the recovery techniques I've tried, what's worked, what hasn't. So please leave questions in the comment section below and I'll structure the episode by reading some of these and answering next week. Lastly, please like this video, subscribe to the channel and share with anyone you might think will benefit from my content. Also, if you can afford to donate a few dollars to help grow this channel and reach as many people out there struggling with their gambling, please go over to buymeacoffee.com. The link will be in the description. Stay safe, stay bet free, one day at a time, and keep coming back. Cheers.